Good morning, YouTube. Karen from Lavender Clothesline. Today I'm wearing sunglasses because I have tried to film this video 42 times and I keep shifting my eyes and looking all over the place. So today you get sunglasses, but we're going to jump right into a whole video, recent finds that I found at a couple of thrift stores. This will be a hard goods video, so if you're not interested in hard goods, too bad. Just like and subscribe anyway, because that's what we do. Good morning, YouTube. Karen from Lavender Clothesline. Today I have a short haul video of hard goods that I recently found. Most of it's hard goods that I wanted to share not only what I picked up, but why I picked it up. I don't have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, but I've learned to recognize quality and items that might be of interest and that I'm able to sell on eBay. So I'm a full-time eBay seller. If you don't know me, I actually sell a six-figure six-figure income, and that is not total profit. That is my sales are over 100,000. So I am starting year 6 in September, I think it is, from when I started selling. And I do this full time to support myself. So today's video will be about some crazy finds, some hard goods that I think will do well, and just want to show you what I pick up and why I pick it up. So let's get started, and we'll start with this first item. This little guy is a vintage ceramic gnome for the garden. And he is handmade, probably in one of those ceramic classes that everybody used to take back in the day. He's in excellent condition. I'm not exactly sure of his year, but I'm pretty convinced that he's vintage. He still has a lot of his garden dirt left in him, which sometimes I take the time to rinse that out, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just disclose. I'll brush it out a little bit, but I'll disclose that there's a little residue dirt in there. Buyers don't seem to mind. So this little guy is listed in my store. I believe I have 70 on him, but I will run sales that will affect, the final sale price. So I imagine I'm going to get about $50 after I run my sale. And that little guy had a friend. This is a sleeping gnome. I think it was made by the same person. This is a little bit smaller, and because he's sleeping, he won't bring as much, in my opinion. He's laying down in the garden. He's not as visual as the taller one, and he's a little bit smaller, like I said, so I'm going to price him around the $45 mark. The next item seems a little crazy, and why would I pick up pencils? But pencils, artist pencils of certain brands can bring a good profit return. These pencils are made by Eberhard, and they are black velvet pencils. So I paid 97 cents for the 2 boxes, and I will price these around $25. And pencils do well for me. I do check the brand and the type of pencil it is in comps because I can't remember all of the artist supplies. But yes, to well-made pencils. Most times these pencils are made in the United States or Germany. Those are the 2 countries that I've found that manufacture them. So not to say they can't be from other countries, but Chinese pencils probably no. So yes to pencils. So the next item that I want to show you is this baby doll. Now when I first saw this doll, right away I was like, oh, I really don't like that baby doll. She's not that cute. And then I snapped out of it and said, Lavender, what has cute got to do with it? I've never seen one of these in person. This is one of the Ashton Drake live baby dolls. A doll that's created to look like a live human baby. So even though I don't think she's the prettiest doll, I knew that she would bring good money. So Ashton Drake live baby dolls, I think they're called in keywords. Definitely a yes. I'm expecting her to bring probably close to the $90 mark. And already she has quite a bit of attention. I just listed her a few days ago. So yes to live like baby dolls. And these you can always check comps if you're unsure of this type of doll. Okay. So the next item I'm going to show is another doll. I don't pick up a lot of dolls, but this doll definitely was going in my cart. This doll is a vintage composition doll. She's considered a baby doll, and she's got her full outfit on, including a little pantaloon. And she is made of composite, which I believe was made during a certain period before the plastics really came into favor for making dolls. She does have a lot of crazing and cracking on her, but no major damage. She's had her wig replaced, and they've glued it right on top of the original wig, which might have even been goat's hair or human hair. That's how they made them back then. She has sleep eyes that work, so that's good. And dolls a lot of times are bought for sentimental reasons. It's not only the value of the doll. Not all dolls are like French chameau dolls that will bring thousands of dollars. This doll won't bring a high dollar return, but I paid $2 for her. So yes to vintage dolls is definitely went in my cart. Okay, switching gears. The next item I have are, let me see if I can get this in the camera, motorcycle chaps. I don't pick up a lot of chaps because they're so heavy to ship. Even though my buyer pays shipping, I'm very conscious these days of how heavy an item is and whether the buyer is going to want to pay shipping, because it just adds so much to the cost of the item that sometimes they can almost go into a retail store and buy the same product for around the same price and buy new. These are new without tags. But I felt that these warranted the price I paid. Now, most of my items I pay between $2 and $4 for. These I paid up greatly for. I paid $30 for this, which in my 6 years of reselling, I don't think I've spent that on more than a handful of items. But these I felt were really good. They had a lot of things going for them. These have fringe down the sides, and they have a rose die cut pattern. So I thought that was great. The leather is really good quality, and the name is good, Unique. I believe it's pronounced U-N-I-K, which it's a funny name, but okay. And they're a woman's large. So yes to these. I will ask probably around the $100 mark for these also. So the next item that I'm going to show are these belts. I usually don't shop at the bins, Goodwill bins, but on this day that I found these, I had a little bit extra time, and when I have that time, I do like to go in and say hi to friends and dig a little in the bins. So I went in, and I'm going to say within 10 minutes of being in that store, I found 2 of these leather belts. These belts are beautiful quality. This first one that I'll talk about is a Tony Lama belt. Tony Lama is a boot. Mostly they sell Western boots. They do sell some other things. And this is gorgeous. This has all embroidered Southwestern theme, and it has this silver hardware here. And this one actually sold this morning. I was going to tell you guys that I would put a price of $70 on it, and I had it listed, and this is at $77. So I'm going to say this weighs probably a little more than a pound, so I probably paid under $2. So $2 into $77 within hours is just amazing. I mean, where else can you make that kind of profit? So super thrilled with this find. So the second belt I found was a Nocona, N-O-C-O-N-A. And this is a highly embellished, filled with rhinestones Western belt. I couldn't believe somebody wasn't just grabbing this. Again, this will be priced probably about, I'm going to price this about $65, $70. So the 2 belts most likely will bring close to $150. This one's a little bit heavier. I probably paid, I'm going to say at least $3 or $4 for this. But great return on belts. So yes to men's belts of good quality. Women's belts too. So the next item I'm going to show are golf clubs. We all know I love my golf clubs. If you go over on my Instagram, Lavender Clothesline, you'll see that golf clubs is a recurring theme over there. Recently I was in Goodwill, and it was a busy day there, and they brought out 1 golf bag stuffed with golf clubs. There were 50 golf clubs in this one bag. I don't think it was the original donation from the prior owner. I think what Goodwill did was just stuff all these golf clubs, like, take this bag, please. I flipped open the bag and saw that there were a few good names in there, and right there for $10 for 50 clubs, I knew I could make my money back. So I hoisted this thing into the car. It was crazy heavy, and so that means each club cost me 20 cents how could I say no to that? So I've been selling those clubs all along. Every week those clubs sell, making a great profit. So the other day when I saw 2 of these clubs, I said yes to them. This is Callaway, and this one is Titleist, I believe. Yeah, Titleist. So the 4 main clubs that I look for are Ping, TaylorMade, Callaway, and Titleist. Those are the 4 brands generally I buy. Now there are really high-end names that bring thousands of dollars, but I really don't study those, because the chance of me finding a brand new $3,000 club by a name that I'm not familiar with, those chances, that would be very nice, but I think that I would recognize just from the look of the club. I don't feel I have to know all of the high-end names. But those 4 basic brands, Callaway, Titleist, Ping, and TaylorMade, are the clubs that I look for. A lot of times my clubs, the less expensive ones, will only bring $15, but I've sold clubs for over $100 a piece, and I usually pay between 20 cents and $2 or $3 per club. So a great rate of return on that. So recently I found this find: military equipment, military transistor equipment, radio equipment, phone equipment. I had no idea what this was, not a clue. I mean, this is it, right? Like, oh, they're green, they're military. So the gentleman that was selling it was an older gentleman. I didn't ask him a lot about them. He wanted $5 for the whole box of this stuff. So I received 7 of these component transistor things, 2 phones, and 1 carry bag. I split up the lot. I put 4 of these just by themselves in one lot, and the 2 phones with the bag, and the other components with this lot. This first lot with the 4 of these, just the 4 plain ones, sold, I think, within 2 days, and I got $200 for them. Yep, $200 for an item I have no clue about. I put them on Instagram and said, hey guys, do you know what this is? The community over there is spectacular. Everybody is so helpful. So if you're not on Instagram as a reseller, I highly recommend it. There's such a great community, so many helpful people. I learned so much. So yeah, so I sold the first lot, like I said, for $200. I just shipped those out 2 or 3 days ago. And now this second lot, I have even higher. I think I have them on like $425, and a lot of action on these things. So I'm pretty convinced that these are gonna go. So I don't always need to know a lot about items. There are so many items I know nothing about. I am not one of those experts, Craigslist hunter Pete. I don't know a lot about stuff. I'm just this 58-year-old woman in the middle of Pennsylvania, you know, getting in my car and going yard selling. But you can tell that this is something. For $5 for the whole box of it, why wouldn't I pick these up? I'm convinced that I'd be able to sell. And you know what? At the end of the day, if I can't sell them, it's $5. So I'm going to turn $5 most likely into over $500, probably within a couple of months. So yes to things I don't know about, but I take a chance on. I mean, you can always run comps, but when I'm yard selling, I don't run comps. I run from yard sale to yard sale and fill my car. It's like if I had gone panning for gold down by the creek. I'm not going to pick up every little nugget and say, oh, look at this little nugget of gold. Do I want? I'm just taking it all and keeping it. So that's my whole video for today. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe so you're notified of future videos that I make. And as usual, go out and get what's yours.